You are watching a master at work.
What's happening, people? It's Steve Merkel here, or Merk for short. Hope y'all are having a wonderful day so far. Today's video is going to be a couple things I want to go over on the update that is coming out this Tuesday in Destiny, February 10th. They're changing a good bit of the weapons, and I wanted to go over what Destiny's goals are with the weapons and the changes that they're going to make come this Tuesday. And these are all read straight off the Bungie.net weekly update, and I'll link that in the description. So first we have auto rifles, and I think the gist of auto rifles is I think Bungie thinks they are too effective at still, many situations. So let's go over the goals first. So the goals are auto rifle is optimal at close to medium range. Damage, stability, and range are tuned such that players desire stability for reliable close quarters damage or range for better accuracy at a distance. So they want you to choose, do you want this, that, and that for this, or do you want this, that, and that for that? Like I said, they don't want it to be better in all situations. They want you to choose. So the changes they're going to make are reduce base damage of auto rifles by 2.5%. Averaged across rate of fire stats, higher rate of fire to the less of a reduction than low rate of fire. Okay, so the higher rate of fire weapons like Necrochasm and Atheon's Epilogue, those won't be affected too much. Next is reduce effective range value so that damage, fall off, and accuracy are a stronger factor in combat decisions. Range reduction is less severe in the higher stat values, so now your range stat is more critical to long distance engagements. Okay, so next is pulse rifles. The goals are pulse rifle is optimal at medium range but can still effectively harass enemies at close or long range distances. Rate of fire sets a pace for players to both track moving targets, and then deliver precision damage in burst. The changes are increased base damage of pulse rifles by 9.7%. Damage per second is now more in line with other primaries. So that's a pretty big boost, 10% compared to what everything else got, Okay, so next we got hand cannons. Goals. Hand cannon is optimal at medium range. Hand cannon is optimal when shots are paced to become less effective when fired quickly. Rewards agility when under fire, precision targeting, and snapshots. The changes are going to be reduce effective range. Damage fall-off starts closer to the shooter, and follow-up shots are less accurate at long ranges. Slight reduction to initial accuracy. This is unnoticeable at close to medium range, but underscores the range intention when used from far away. So it seems like they're just knocking it down the range. They want you to use it to medium distance and take your time and stuff like that. So they're making it to where when you spray and when you fire from far away, the hand cannon is less effective. Next up, we have fusion rifles, which happens to be my favorite type of gun to use in the Crucible. So first, let's take a look at the goals. Fusion rifles are optimal at mid-range, where targets are easier to track, but they're not close enough to attack while you charge up. Requires combat foresight and the ability to predict a target's movement to use successfully. That is exactly what I think of a fusion rifle. It takes skill, but it's high risk, high reward type deal. So the changes are blast pattern on a fusion rifle burst cone is a little wider. Close to medium range volleys are largely unaffected, but at a distance the projectiles are less likely to land hits on a single target. This reduces the reliability of landing a one-hit kill at far range and makes the weapon better at spreading damage into a group. Initial starting ammo is reduced across all ammo stats. This change primarily affects the Crucible. Starting a Crucible match, you'll have less fusion rifle ammo in reserve. In PvE activities, persistently track your ammo. We only use initial ammo values if you're logging in for the first time or starting a Crucible match. So it seems like the ammo thing will affect all Crucible matches, but only your first PvE activity once you log in. Okay, next we have, it looks like shotguns. Goals. Shotgun is the most optimal at very close range, complements melee attacks and other close quarter class builds. Offensively closing on an enemy with a shotgun is a risk-reward timing game. Changes. Increased damage by 100%, which, wow, that's pretty good, against all non-Guardian combatants. So that doesn't affect Crucible, that's just in PvE, which I agree, it probably needs more than that because it's pretty useless right now. Okay, next we have reduced high-end range values. Damage fall-off starts sooner, so Crucible players with long-range shotguns need to be a little closer for successful one-hit kills. And like the fusion rifle, initial starting ammo is reduced across all ammo stats in the Crucible. So, that's the same ammo thing as the fusion rifle. I'm not sure if I like these changes. I'm kind of eerie about them because I really like how most of the weapons are right now. But I trust Bungie has way more information than any of us have on the weapons. And, I trust that they know what they're doing. So I'm kind of skeptical, but let's just give it a chance and see. That wraps up today's video. Please leave a like if you enjoyed and subscribe if you'd like to see more. Also, feel free to let me know what you think in the comment section below, or just ask me any questions, and I would love to hear what you think of these weapon changes. That wraps up today's video. I will catch you guys on the flip side. Later, daters.